Hi, I'm Aubrey Shines. I'm Senior Pastor and Bishop of G2G Ministries in Tampa, Florida. Very thought-provoking moment right now, and I assure you, I am about to challenge, I hope, every ounce of your intellect, but more importantly, your honesty as well. I asked the question, can anyone deny that there is an anti-God narrative in the DNC Party? Well, let's consider for just a moment Julian Castro. Very handsome, very intelligent man who's running for the President of the United States of America. Can I quote something that he said? Just hear him in his own words. I declare my health care plan will cover trans female abortions. You heard that right. I don't know if this scholar realizes this or not. Because a person decides on any given day to be a different gender, doesn't mean that it actually happens. There's no scientific evidence that a person can some kind of way decide on any given day, I choose to be something scientifically that I cannot. Well, what does that have to do with God? Because those of us who hold a Judeo-Christian perspective, we actually believe that there are males and there are females. That's about it. That's God's narrative. So why is this one political party pushing a narrative that is so anti-God? Now, you may say, wait a minute, Bishop. That's one individual. That one individual does not necessarily reflect all the views of the entire Democratic Party as a whole, does it? Consider this, and I'll show this to you as well. Take a look at this even in the UK. Students are being expelled from school simply because they will not acknowledge that there's only two genders. In other words, they're saying there's only two, but because they won't go beyond science, they're being expelled. That's just not in the UK, it's happening in Canada, North America here, it's happening even here in the United States, where kids are being punished for not going along with something that is not even scientific, certainly very, very unbiblical in its narrative. Here's some good news, however. In spite of this push by the Democratic Party, social media outlets that are governed by liberal type policies, there's actually a decline in those that are accepting of the LGBTQ community. It has nothing to do with hate. It has nothing to do that we don't love everyone. It's just we refuse to go along with something that is not scientific. We have a God narrative. You want tolerance? Show a little tolerance. That's all that we're saying. You want to live in this delusional world? You have a right to, but don't force us, don't force our children to do the same thing. Parents, it matters when you vote. It matters just not in a general election. It matters what congressperson, what senator you vote for, what person in your local school district that reflects your values. When you're not engaged, you're giving our children over to a belief system that God is not interested in. Again, that's not God choosing one party versus the other. That's you looking at the biblical narrative yourself and saying, wait a minute, I can do better than this, and we must do better than this. I know these images have been graphic, but this is what our children are seeing. And we need to take the reign again and begin to control that narrative. Come on, wake up. Let's get our country back. I believe we can. We certainly need to. Until I come again, I bid you peace.